From the northeast corner of Cape Cod, Eldridge Park is the scene of game number 31 of the 2018 summer as the first place YD Red Sox travel to face the Orleans Firebirds for YD. 18-8-4 record, 4 wins in a row, including a statement 5-3 win over the second place Chatham Anglers 2 days ago at Veterans Field. Yesterday, the Red Sox, the whole league with an off day as they all had their Fenway workouts. And for the Orleans Firebirds, 12-17-1 record, 4th place in the Eastern Division with 25 points. They have won their last 2 ball games. We welcome you to Eldridge Park behind home plate alongside Brandon Pelter. I'm TJ Mathewson. And Brandon, yesterday an off day for the guys, and that before the 5-3 win over the Chatham Anglers were a little uncharacteristically. It was the long ball that got the job done.
Yeah, and especially off the bat of Christian Koss, a guy hitting his first of the season, only hit 1 all of last year. I think uncharacteristic is a great way to describe that game for the Red Sox. Also, no errors, something that we don't always see every single day, but good signs for YD heading into the workout at Fenway Park, which was a ton of fun for us and the players as well.
So here's the lineup that Scott Pickler will send out to face Orleans. Leading off in center field, it is Zach Ashford. Batting second, the designated hitter Noah Campbell had his 17-game hitting streak snapped Sunday at Chatham. Batting third, the first baseman is Andrew Dashbach. Batting cleanup, the left fielder Reese Albert. Johnny DeLuca will play in right field and bat fifth. Batting sixth, Patrick Bailey behind the plate. Batting seventh, the third baseman Nick Quintana. Batting eighth, the shortstop Christian Koss. And rounding out the 9 for YD, it will be David Hamilton at second base, and they will face Levi Stout, a sophomore out of Lehigh. A 1-0-1 record, a 4.5 ERA in 10 innings, 10 strikeouts this season. The righty winds, fires home the first pitch to Zach Ashford. Will miss high and outside for ball 1. Stout, his last time against the Red Sox, only this coming back June 26th. As out of the windup, here's the 1-0 to Ashford. Bounces in there for ball 2. 2-0. The count on the Fresno State Bulldog. Just an inning, 6 runs, 4 of them earned on 6 hits, faced 10 batters, and did not go another frame. A 10-4 YD win. Here's the 2-0. Swung on and popped foul out of play down the third base side. Count now 2 balls and a strike on Ashford. Defense for the Firebirds will be from left to right in the outfield. Jax Groshans, Pat DeMarco, J.J. Blade, and across the infield, Spencer Steer, Sal Grazo at short, Carter Aldretti at second. So the 2-1 catches the inside corner from Stout. 2-2 the count on Ashford. Logan Wyatt will be over at first base. Calling balls and strikes, or calling the game behind the plate for the Firebirds tonight will be James Free. The wind of the 2-2. Rocketed out into deep right center field. Back is Blade. He's there and catches it on the run right in front of the warning track for out number 1. Ashford gives it a good ride, but is retired for the first out.
Blade just drifting back towards that ball. Had it right off the bat.
So here's Noah Campbell. Had his 17-game hitting streak snapped against the Chatham Anglers. Came in to pinch hit late in that ball game. Only got 1 at-bat and didn't record a hit. So the hitting streak is over for Campbell. First pitch will miss outside for ball 1. Average still sitting at 386 on the summer. What a summer he's having. 1-0, grounded fair inside the bag at first and down the right field line. Campbell hits the bag at first. He'll chug into second base. Blade digs the ball out of the corner and will throw it back in. Noah Campbell, a 1-out double here in the first inning. That's double number 3 on the summer. And YD in business here in the first.
That ball just hugging the first base line, carried up over the bag and made its way into foul ground. Noah Campbell doing what he does very well, extra base hits for the Red Sox.
Speaking of the extra base hits, that's now 3 doubles. He has 2 triples to his name and 4 home runs. So here's Dashbach, the starting first baseman in the All-Star game that'll take place on Sunday at White House Field. Batting third in his usual spot in the lineup for YD. Campbell takes his lead off of second. Here's the first pitch. That's nubbed foul down the first base side. Only picked up by Dan Jaffe down at first base for YD. One right off the end of the bat. Dashbach, one of 3 YD bats to hit one over the monster while taking BP at Fenway. For Dash, that was just 1. Nick Quintana had 1 as well. Zach Zubia had 4. Stout working out of the stretch now with Campbell off of second. Here's the 0-1. That's fouled straight back, right over the net, protecting the press box and the close first base / home plate side of the famous Eldridge Hill here at Eldridge Park. Fans lining down the first base line all the way to the 314 sign near the foul pole down the right field side. There's the wind in the 0-2. Swung on and chopped down to third. A dive by Steer. It gets past him and then gets into left field. Rounding the bag at third and coming home is Campbell. The throw into the plate is in time and they got him. What a throw out in left field by Jax Groshans to nail Noah Campbell coming around from second. Dashbach will advance to second on the throw, but Campbell erased at home plate by a spectacular defensive play.
And I like the aggression early on from Pick. Force the other team to make a play. That's what Orleans was able to do. And this early in a ball game, a mistake like that is okay. Plenty of time to make up for it.
So here's Reese Albert. He'll step in now with 2 outs. Dashbach switches spots with Campbell out at second. His first pitch from Stout. That misses just outside. Like the home plate umpire, Tim Carey, was about to raise that left hand, call it a strike, but held back. Umpires for today's game will be Tim Carey behind home plate, James Dion at first, and Pat Burns over at third. Stout will step off, kick some dirt around on the pitcher's mound. Facing Albert, who's in an 0 for 12 skid. Guy Albert that had his average up near 400 a couple weeks ago. It's dropped all the way down to 298. It's the 1-0. Swing and a miss from Albert. Chases an off-speed pitch down and off the plate. Evens up the count at 1-1. No score here in the first inning between Orleans and YD. Oh, Campbell thrown out at the plate by Jax Groshans in left field. As here's the 1-1. That's chopped foul down the first base side. About 5 feet inside that first base foul line. And the count will go to 1-2. Dashbach stands out on second. He advanced on the throw that cut down Noah Campbell at home plate. No score here in the first. 2 outs. Reese Albert behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. Stout looks back at Dashbach. He kicks. Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses outside. 2-2 the count on Albert. Florida State Seminole just finishing up his freshman year. If Albert can reach, Johnny DeLuca stands on deck. Another all-star for YD. DeLuca starting out in right field. It's the 2-2. Just misses off the plate with a curveball. And Albert has worked the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 home runs, 11 RBIs for Albert this summer. And the break out of a skid. He's worked the count full. Stout set on the rubber. Looks back at Dashbach. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled up behind our heads and out of play down the third base side. Right over Orleans Road that runs parallel to Eldridge Park down about parallel with the third base foul line. Stout looks in. Full count on Reese Albert. Here's the 3-2. Swung on and popped up foul again over our heads and over Orleans Road, and the count will remain full.
Albert really battling here, especially as you mentioned, kind of struggling as of late for the Red Sox, trying to figure things out at the plate.
Wind gusting all over the place here at Eldridge Park with a flag out in right center field. It's kind of blowing in straight towards home plate. So we're projected for some inclement weather after this game concludes. Rain getting in around midnight. So here's the wind in the 3-2. Misses off the plate away. Ball 4. Reese Albert draws a 2-out walk, and Johnny DeLuca will get to step to the plate with 2 on and 2 out here in the first.
Terrific at-bat there from Albert after going down in that count, battling his way back, watching some close pitches, fouling a few off as well.
So here's DeLuca, one of 9 All-Stars for YD. One of 3 starters as well. So he'll bat from the left side. Against Stout, 2 on, 2 out for him. First pitch swinging, pops it foul, high and out of play. It'll be Dashbach, who's still out at second base, and over at first now, it's Reese Albert. DeLuca 0 for 4 on Sunday against Chatham. .325 batting average entering play today. It's the wind and the 1-1. That one's popped foul again out of play. I mean, the count now no balls and 2 strikes on Johnny DeLuca.
Early on, Stout has done a good job of getting ahead of these YD hitters, and his defense has also made some nice plays behind him.
1 out already cut down at the plate for YD. Here's the 0-2. That's dribbled up the first base side, and it drifts just foul inside the first base bag, fielded by Logan White over there at first, but he has no play. The count will stay no balls and 2 strikes. And Noah Campbell reaching with 1 out on a double, and then Andrew Dashbach lining a single into left field, but just an incredible throw from the Kansas Jayhawk out in left field. Jack Scrotians, just a lined frozen rope to the plate. That cut down Campbell. Here's the 0-2. That bounces in there, misses low the knees of DeLuca. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Patrick Bailey, the switch hitting catcher, waits on deck, hoping to get a chance here in the first. DeLuca kind of holds that bat out in front of him, now brings it back, holds the barrel right up over his head. As Stout gets set, looks back at Dashbach at second. Here's the 1-2. Off-speed pitch makes us high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count on DeLuca. These YD hitters, even with Stout working ahead, really making the righty work. And the YD first in average, first in on base, first in slugging, third in walks, and have struck out the fewest of any Cape League team. Here's the 2-2, fouled straight back by DeLuca. Count even stays at 2-2. So ball boy for Orleans will go grab that one. Go back behind the net, down the first base side, right next to the Orleans dugout. Wind still gusting everywhere. It's a cloudy, warm, windy, really just weird day here in Orleans. 2-2, fouled straight back again. And you'd think that with the temperature it is, it's kind of a comfortable 70 degrees, but clouds are overhead. The wind is gusting in every direction.
A real killer is the humidity out here.
Yeah. As me being from the West Coast, up near Seattle, don't really feel this type of humidity that often. It's real different being up here in the Northeast. Stout and DeLuca knotted 2-2. Here's the 2-2, dribbled up the first base line, but just foul again. DeLuca, nice at-bat for him, has fouled off quite a few pitches. Count stays at 2-2. Reese Albert, similar at-bat, managed to draw a walk after working a full count. DeLuca even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, taps the plate twice. Digs back into that left-handed batter's box. 2 outs here in the first, no score. Runners on first and second for the Red Sox. Here's the 2-2. That misses off the plate away. 3 balls and 2 strikes, the count on DeLuca. Is this YD offense? It's just been one that Stout only lasted 1 inning last time out. Way back, early parts of the season, June 26th, only lasted an inning.
This will be pitch number 11 of the at-bat.
Stout set. Here's 3-2. That's roped out towards second base. Kicked by Aldretti at second. Turns, throws on over to first, and he throws it away into the netting. Coming home to score is Dashbach. Advancing to third is Albert. Advancing all the way to second is DeLuca, and YD gets on the board. First, another great at-bat, and DeLuca makes Aldretti pay with the error.
And that ball went out of play, too. Interested to see if Albert gets to go anywhere. He's going to hold up at third, but Carter Aldretti there going right. Tried to backhand that one about chest high and just booted it right off the heel of the glove. And then when you don't have a play, eat that ball up, take the E4. Instead of, he made it a 2-base error.
So now here's Patrick Bailey, switch hitter will bat from the left side. Whitey gets on the board first here in the first inning. An error from Carter Aldretti opens the door. First pitch to Bailey, catches the outside corner for a strike. This being game number 4 for the backstop from NC State. And what a game he had last time he suited up in the starting lineup. It's 3/4 of the way to the cycle. 0-1, misses low with an off-speed pitch. 1-1 the count on Bailey. Had a home run, a double, and a single. It was just really fun to see his bat break out there in game number 3, this being game number 4. It's the 1-1. That catches the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count on Bailey. Spent some time with Team USA, now out here on the Cape. Stout comes set, head in the count, 1-2. Here's the kick, 1-2. That misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count on Bailey. Count evens back up again. Albert fell behind, worked a walk. DeLuca fell behind, reached on an error. Now Bailey works the count even. Stout set right at the belt, 1-2-2. That one's roped high and foul, and that'll drift out of play down the third base side. Count will stay 2-2. And Quintana hoping to get a chance. He stands on deck. Bailey waves that. First inning. First out. Here's the wind and the 2-2. That misses off the plate away. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count on Bailey.
YD so far tonight, when they're in the hole with 2 strikes, they've been able to foul off pitches, and Stout at times has not come close.
That is pitch number 34 of the first inning. Here's number 35, 3-2. Misses high and outside. Ball 4. The 5th straight YD runner to reach base against Levi Stout, and the base is now loaded for Nick Quintana. Another fantastic at-bat from these YD hitters.
A really well put together at bat there from Patrick Bailey, starting to get into the swing of things out here on the Cape just in game number 4. But really, you get some terrific help from your defense and Jack Scrotians in left field to cut down Noah Campbell to give you the second out. Then you can't get the easy ground ball in the infield. That's got to be a killer out there for Stout.
Well, Stout's now going to have to face Nick Quintana, riding a 3-game hit streak. Average up to 239 on the season. Went 3 for 4 his last time up. Last time against Chatham, or his first at bat, he touched a home run over the left center field fence at Veterans Field for his 2nd home run of the season. Now trying to break this inning open. Base is full. Here's the first pitch. That misses low. 1-0 the count on Quintana. Now that home run that Quintana hit out in Veterans, that one went a very long way. Other 2 home runs we saw from YD hitters pulled over the straightaway left fence as the 1-0 swing and a miss from Quintana fans right past the fastball. The count evens at 1-1.
TJ Brandherter better be staying loose down there on the YD bench. This inning has already been 16 minutes long.
16 minutes and 36 pitches for Levi Stout here in the first. 2 outs, bases loaded, 1-1 count on Nick Quintana. Here it is. Fastball misses off the plate away. 2-1 the count on Quintana. Third baseman out of the University of Arizona. I think 7th for YD today. 5 straight base runners have reached for YD. Here's the wind and the 1-1. Swung and roped into left field. That drops for a base hit, and that will split the gap. And the outfielders coming home to score is Albert. Coming home to score is DeLuca. Advancing to second is Nick Quintana, a 2 RBI double, and YD leads 3-0, and the line just continues to move.
And Nick Quintana really starting to feel things here for the Red Sox. You love to see it because it's a guy that battled last season and now this season battled throughout the first half. It's really coming to fruition for Quintana, a guy that's worked so hard on the field, but also outside of these games, at the cages every single morning.
His BP yesterday at Fenway Park, some of the best BP we've seen from him this season. I know it's just BP, but it's always impressive to see someone hit one off the monster. He's been doing it in the games, too, as he checks in with the 2 RBI double with 2 outs here in the first. YD leads 3-0. Here's hitter number 8 of this first inning, and it's Christian Koss. He'll watch a first pitch strike, a fastball on the inside corner. So that error by Carter Aldretti, crucial here in the first inning. That would have been the 3rd out, kicked it. Instead, 2 more runs in for YD. 0-1 misses high and away for ball. 1-1 the count on Christian Koss. Made the All-Star team this summer. Average sitting at .306 for YD. Manning shortstop today. 1-1. That misses just off the plate inside. 2 balls and a strike the count on Christian Koss. And if Koss can reach The number 9 hitter in the lineup will be David Hamilton. He stands on deck. Stout set, looks back at the runner. Here's the 2-1. That misses away. 3 balls and a strike to count on Christian Koss. These Whitey hitters are making Stout just work and work and work here in this first inning. About to be pitch number 43. 44 misses high and out. Oh, high, just high above the letters for ball 4. Koss will jog down to first base, the 3rd walk of this first inning for Levi Stout. And the bases will be loaded again for David Hamilton.
Just now, finally, Firebirds starting to get someone throwing in that bullpen.
Well, Stout only lasted 1 inning his last time out against the Red Sox. It's not looking good for him here in his second outing against the Red Sox. First pitch to David Hamilton. Misses down below the knees for ball 1. And Zach Ashford, top of the lineup. He stands on deck. Stout set right at the belt. Here's the 1-0. That catches the outside corner. 1-1 the count on Hamilton. Bases loaded. Bailey off of 3rd. Quintana off of 2nd. Koss off of 1st. 3 runs in for YD. It's the 1-1 misses down and away. 2 balls and a strike to count on Hamilton. That has now been 8 straight runners to reach base. 1 on an error, 3 walks, and 2 base hits. 3 base hits. It's the 1-1 lifted out into left center field over the outfielders. Groshans is there fighting the wind, and he's there to make the catch in the left center field gap for out number 3. A difficult play, but Groshans able to recover and make a good route on that ball to make the catch for out number 3 here in the first, but not before 3 runs come across for YD. Before Orleans even gets to step to the plate, Firebirds coming up to bat in the bottom of the first inning. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the first inning here at Eldridge Park. A quick 3-0 lead for Whitey. Here's the lineup. Brant Herter will face, sent out by Kelly Nicholson. Leading off in center field, it will be Pat DeMarco. Batting second, the right fielder will be J.J. Blade. Spencer Steer bats third at third base. Logan Wyatt, the first baseman, will bat fourth. Nick Osborne, the DH, will bat fifth. Batting sixth, it will be Jax Groshans in left field. Second baseman Carter Aldrete bats seventh. The catcher James Free bats eighth. And rounding out the nine will be Sal Gazzo when he will be at shortstop. And they'll be facing Brant Herter, looking for a bounce-back start. A couple of semi-rough starts. Stats overall in the season still looking good. A 1-1 record, 2.86 ERA. 5 games. He started all of them. 22 innings, 25 strikeouts. His last two just hasn't been the same that we've seen in his first 3 starts of the season. Struck out at least 6 in each of his first 3 starts on the season, and the past 2 only struck out 5 combined while allowing at least 6 hits in each of those contests. And he'll face a Firebirds lineup that middle of the pack offense, 5th average, 8th in on base, but 1st in home runs. As Pat DeMarco out of Vanderbilt, a center fielder, will step to the plate for the first time. YD, before even taking the field, a 3-0 lead for Brant Herter. 9 men come to the plate in the first inning. It's the wind in the first pitch to DeMarco. That off-speed pitch misses down and inside for ball one. Herder, big lefty out of Georgia Tech, winds. Here's the 1-0. That swing and a miss, fouled like straight back off of Bailey. The count evens at 1-1. Defense for Whitey, Reese Albert out in left field, Zach Ashford in center, and Johnny DeLuca over in right. Across the infield, Nick Quintana, Christian Koss, David Hamilton, and Andrew Dashbach. And it'll be Patrick Bailey doing the catching today. DeMarco rips that one out into deep right field. Back is DeLuca on the run and makes the catch for out number one. Saw a spectacular play from DeLuca on Sunday against Chatham, where he robbed Tristan English of what would have been extra bases and does almost the same right there. So DeLuca, nice catch over his shoulder for out number one. That'll bring up J.J. Blade, one of the two All-Stars for the Firebirds. Batting second for Kelly Nicholson today. First pitch fastball. That catches the outside corner for strike one. Blade, another Vanderbilt Commodore on this Orleans roster. 22 games, .326 average for the lefty. So one bounces in there, blocked by Bailey behind home plate. Other All-Star for Orleans will be Kevin Kelly, one of their hurlers. Not see him tonight. Started a couple nights ago. The windup, 1-1. That one is popped high, and that will drift out of play. On the third base side, count 1-2. Herder ahead of Blade. And Nick Osborne, the DH for Orleans today, will be one of the three East representatives in the home run hitting contest. It's the wind in the 1-2. That one's dribbled foul down the third base side. 1-2. The count still on Blade. Herder, for even throwing a pitch in this ball game, got 3 runs of support. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and chopped up the middle. Over is Koss. Fields it behind the second base bag. Throws on over to first in time for out number 2 here in the first. It's going to feel good for Brant Herder. A couple of quick outs here in the first frame. And that'll bring up Spencer Steer, the Oregon Duck. .313 average for Steer. 2 for 3 on Sunday, the home run. And that combined no-hitter for Orleans, thanks to Mitchell Singer out of Stetson and Aaron Oceanbine, combined for 9 no-hit innings against the Brewster Whitecaps. First pitch catches the outside edge for strike one. And those 2 runs came in that 8th inning. Singer threw 8 innings. It's the 0-1. Catches the strike zone at the knees. Quickly 0-2. The count on Steer. Not too often on the Cape we see pitchers throw over 100 pitches, which Singer did, or throw more than 6 innings, which Singer also did, by 2. 0-2. Just misses off the plate with another fastball. Count 1-2 on Steer. Brewster managing to score. Runs on a couple of groundouts in that 8th inning. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. An off-speed pitch right on the inside corner. Perfectly placed from Brant Herder. Gets Spencer Steer swinging in a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Firebirds in the first inning. We head to the top of the second. 3-0. Red Sox lead. You're listening to Whitey Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the second inning, 3-0 Red Sox as Zach Ashford for the second time in 2 innings will bat leadoff. Whitey setting 9 batters to the plate in the first inning. scratched across 3 runs. Could have been another one. It wasn't an excellent play by left fielder Jack Groshans to cut down Noah Campbell at the plate. First pitch swinging off of Levi Stout. Ashford grounds it out to Carter Aldrete at second. He'll throw it over to first in time for out number 1 here in the second. Ashford led off that first inning with a fly out to right field. Another nice play by J.J. Blade out in right field. There's been some good plays by this Orleans defense so far and some bad ones. Most notably, that Carter Aldrete E4 that allowed Whitey to pile on a couple more runs in that first inning. First pitch to Noah Campbell, fouled down the third base side. Numps just out of play. Campbell first time up, ripped a double down the first base line. Starting a new hitting streak after having a 17-game hitting streak snapped Sunday. 0-1, dribbled out to Aldrete again. He'll get another chance. Fields throws on over to first in time for a quick out number 2. For Levi Stout, that's huge. Throwing 40-plus pitches in the first inning. His pitch count now sitting at 49. 2 batters to this second inning. 2 outs, and here's Andrew Dashbach will step to the plate. Leads the Red Sox in home runs, 5. Checked in with his 5th one on Sunday against Chatham. Big right-hander from Stanford will step into the right-handed batter's box. First pitch to him. Brushes him back high and inside for ball 1. That home run off of Jeff Belge in the first inning of that ball game put YD in front, and they never looked back. A 5-3 win. Blind in the 1-0. That one is ripped out to shortstop, but over is the third baseman, Spencer Steer, in the hole at shortstop. Throws it on over to first in time for out number 3. A quick 1-2-3 frame for Levi Stout after that long first inning. He keeps YD off the scoreboard in the second. We head to the bottom of the second. 3-0 YD leads over Orleans. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Four, five, six due up for the Orleans Firebirds in the bottom half of the second inning. Face Brant Herter with an efficient 12-pitch, 1-2-3 first inning. It'll be Logan Wyatt, Nick Osborne, and Jack Groshans due up for Orleans. First pitch from Herter misses outside for ball 1. Ground out, a fly out, and a strikeout in that first inning. He shut down the Firebirds after getting a 3-0 lead to take the mound with. As the 1-0 misses outside. 2-0 the count on Logan Wyatt.
DJ, we've had ominous clouds since the start.
So here's the 2-0. That's dribbled out towards Christian Koch at shortstop. Barehand throwing over to first. And in time to get Wyatt. Nice play from Christian Koch at shortstop. For the amount of ground he had to cover, I didn't think he had a chance to get Wyatt at first, but snags that ball off the dirt with his bare hand, whips a throw over to Andrew Dashbach for out number 1.
Koch, a guy that kind of struggled earlier this season, making some errors out in the field and settled down a bit.
So here's Nick Osborne, a representative in the All-Star festivities. First pitch swinging, pops it up on the infield. Settling under it is Dashbach, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Osborne set to participate in the home run hitting contest. For the East, he'll joins Spencer Torkelson and Blake Sable of Chatham, two of the top home run hitters in the league, as well as Osborne, who has 6, second in the Cape.
Brought up the weather, TJ. Storm's looking like they're just going to miss us as of right now. A couple other games in delays.
Here's Jax Groshans. Left fielder made a nice throw in the first inning, cut down Noah Campbell at the plate. First pitch from Herder will miss inside. You mentioned these clouds, very, very ominous. The kind of dark clouds you would expect with heavy rain. It's the 1-0 fouled straight back. 1-1 the count on Groshans. But for now, just wind and clouds, and we'll hope it can stay away and get these 9 innings in. Couple of games already been delayed / canceled. It's the kick and the 1-1. That catches the inside corner. 1-2 the count on Groshans. As Katuitt and Harwich, it's called after 7 innings. Harwich winning that one 11-3, and Falmouth and Wareham in a delay. There's the wind and the 1-2. Fastball misses down and inside. Evens up the count at 2-2. Other scores from around the Cape so far. Hyannis in front of Bourne 4-3. That one being taken place in Hyannis. Then at Veterans Field, Brewster a 4-0 lead over the Anglers. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Herder fools Jax Groshans. Just a weak wave and a miss at that one for out number 3. And strikeout number 2 for Brant Herder for the second inning in a row. Sets the Firebirds down in order. We head to the top of the third. 3-0 Red Sox lead over the Orleans Firebirds. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the third inning here at Eldridge Park. 3-0 Whitey leads over Orleans. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 due up in this third inning. This is already the second time through the lineup for the Red Sox. They put 3 on Levi Stout in the top half of the first inning. So the righty will wind, fire him the first pitch. Albert shoots that one out to deep left field. That's over the head of Groshans, and it'll get all the way to the wall. Albert rounds the bag at first, slides back into second with a leadoff double here in the third. That will break the offer, and Albert a rocket off of his bat over the head of Groshans for a leadoff double.
I was just about to mention Brant Herder retiring 6 straight and coming into this pitch, Stout setting down 4 straight. That's the kind of game that we need to get through this one before the inclement weather comes in. But there goes that YD offense again, getting started in the third inning.
So DeLuca and RBI Chancel stepped to the plate for the second time, reached on an error by Orleans second baseman Carter Aldreni in the first inning. Here's the wind and a turn and look at Ashford out at second base. No one covering the bag. First pitch swing, chop foul down the first base side. And that error that allowed a run to come across to score. Dashbach would come home to score on that error, and then a 2 RBI double from Nick Quintana drove in 2 more. That's how we got to the score. We're at 3-0 Red Sox, top of the third inning. Here's the 1-0. That one's popped foul. That gets over our heads onto the street behind us. DeLuca pops that one foul. Quickly 0-2 on the right fielder for YD.
We've seen so far today, Stout unable to set down YD hitters via the strikeout, even when getting ahead. Still none to this point.
On his 15th batter 14th batter of the ball game, pardon me. 0-2, that misses outside. 1-2 the count on DeLuca. He's worked ahead. You mentioned numerous hitters. 0-2, 1-2. But these windy hitters just keep battling and battling and battling. Either work walks, hits, or even retired via put out in the field. Stout comes set. 1-2. That'll miss just outside. 2-2 the count on DeLuca.
And even when you're putting that ball into play and getting out, you much rather have it in the field, force the defense to do something, because as we've seen today, defenses do make mistakes.
Albert off of second. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. There's strikeout number one for Levi Stout. Throws nice curveball to Johnny DeLuca and swings for out number one here in the third. And that'll bring up Patrick Bailey. So Bailey, his first time up, one of 3 walks in that first inning. He was left stranded on the base paths, stranded over at third. So here's the wind, and the first pitch from Stout. That'll miss outside for ball one. Bailey still facing the right-hander Stout. Still bats from the left side, a switch hitter. He pinwheels the bat a few times. Stout looks in at free behind the plate, gets his sign. 1-0, that misses outside. 2-0 the count on Patrick Bailey. ACC Freshman of the Year, playing in his 4th game as a Red Sox. Really broke out last game, looking to keep that success going. Stout kicks. 2-0, ripped out into the gap in right center field. That'll split the outfielders and go all the way to the wall. Rounding third, coming home as Albert, rounding the bag at first and scooting into second without a slide as Patrick Bailey gets on base for the second time, the second double of this third inning, and Whitey with their 4th run. It is 4-0 Red Sox.
Patrick Bailey doing Patrick Bailey things out here for the Red Sox. He is getting hot and getting hot quickly after a strong season at NC State.
So here's Nick Quintana. He had an RBI double himself back in the first inning, and that one to left center field. So he'll step in for the second time. Quintana really heating up at the plate. 4 hits his last 5 at-bats. It's the first pitch. That catches the outside corner for a strike. Now for YD, 4 runs, working with 1 out on top of the 3rd inning. That's now already 5 base hits and 3 walks drawn. Off of Levi Stout. 0-1. That misses outside and away, blocked by Free behind the plate. That'll even up the count at 1. Wind's still really gusting here from where we're sitting behind home plate. It's blown in all different directions. The flag out in right center field. The wind is gusting straight in. Stout gets his sign from Free. Here's the wind, the 1-1. Grounded to the left side of the infield. Oh, over there, Steer. Fields throws on over to first in time to retire Quintana. Staying put at second is Patrick Bailey. That'll bring up Christian Koss, who walked back in the first inning. One of those 3 first-inning walks for Stout. Now Koss will look to keep this inning alive and has an RBI chance with Bailey out there on second. That is now going to be pitch number 62 for Stout. We're in the top of the 3rd. It's the line in the first pitch to Koss. Chop to the left side. Here comes Steer in. He'll field with the bare hand, thrown over to first, and it's not in time. Coming home to score is Bailey. No throw to home plate by Logan Wyatt, waiting for a decision to be made at first base. Safer out. Koss beats it out, and another run comes across to score.
And it's such a heads-up play by Patrick Bailey, but Koss a little bit shaken up there. Not sure if he might have pulled something or what, hustling up the line, walking with a little bit of a limp.
Like Koss really reached out to get that first base bag and might have tweaked something. Now, trainer's going to go out and look at him over at first base, along with Scott Pickler, walk over from his third base coacher's box.
That's Val Saragen, and she's seen really all of it. A trainer at South Carolina for their football team, as well as some other big schools in her time. So she's a trainer out there for your team. She knows what she's doing.
How about the heads-up base running from Patrick Bailey, seeing that Wyatt just holding that baseball and continuing to run, coming all the way around to score. Whitey's now 5th run of the game here in the top of the third. As Stout will throw some warm-up pitches to keep his arm loose. Pickle jog, go back over to third base. Coach's box. Looks like Koss is all right. He toes the bag over at first base. Now David Hamilton will get a chance to keep the inning rolling. Flew out to left field his first time up. The Texas Longhorn will dig in from the left side. Wine in the first pitch to Hamilton, shows bunt, pulls back. It'll miss low for ball one. Working here in the third inning. This is now the second time for Hamilton. If he can reach, the lineup will turn over for the third time. Or for the second time, pardon me. Wine shows bunt, drops it down right in front of the plate, fielded by Stout, thrown over to first time to get Hamilton down the line. A bang-bang play over at first base. A pretty good bunt from David Hamilton, but a better play from Stout off the mound. He retires Hamilton for out number 3 here in the third, but 2 more runs across for YD in the top of the third inning. They lead 5-0, and it's the bottom half of the frame. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom half of the third inning here at Eldridge Park. 5-0 YD in front of Orleans. Bottom third of the Firebirds lineup due up. Carter Aldretti, James Free, and Sal Gazzo. It'll be Aldretti. First pitch to him from Brant Herter. Retired the first 6 batters he's faced. This is outside for ball 1. Aldretti third in the Cape League in home runs with 5. He's also driven in 15 runs. The 1-0 tapped foul. Straight behind home plate. The count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on the Arizona State Sun Devil. Second base here for Orleans tonight. Played all over the infield and some outfield this past spring for Tracy Smith down in Tempe. It's the 1-1 fouled back again. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Herter working quickly. Going to retire his 7th straight. Out of the windup. 1-2. Swung on and rocketed into right field. And that drops for a base hit right in front of DeLuca. Hovering in his spot in medium depth right field. Aldretti reaches with a leadoff single here in the third. I'll bring up James Free.
That ball just on a rope into right field. Aldretti did a good job sitting back on that ball, driving it the other way.
So here's James Free. Backstop for Kelly Nicholson's ball club. 169 clip entering play today. Brant Herter out of the stretch for the first time today. First pitch over on the inside corner for a strike. Home run, 6 RBIs to his name so far. Sophomore out of University of Pacific. He's rocking the no batting gloves today. It's the 0-1 popped up on the infield over his Bailey. A little bit down the first base line, about a third of the way. He's there. He'll make the catch for out number 1 here in the third inning. Herter getting that off-speed pitch in on the hands of James Free, and all he can do is pop it up for an easy out.
That ball not hit very high at all, so Patrick Bailey with the awareness. Good job ripping off the mask, finding that ball and making the catch.
So here's the 9-man, Sal Gazzo. First pitch to him, a floater, an off-speed pitch that catches the inside corner for strike one. Gazzo, sophomore out of Tulane, 224 clip entering play today. Herder sets, Aldrete leads off of first. Here's the 0-1. Off-speed pitch, dives inside. That misses 1-1 the count on Gazzo.
I don't know about you, TJ, but I'm starting to feel a light little mist.
I'm feeling that too. Now, at any moment's notice, it starts pouring. We're going to have to cut off the broadcast. 1-1, that dips down and inside. 2-1 the count on Gazzo. If it starts, it's going to be a quick plug pull. 2-1 the count on Sal Gazzo. Standing on deck is Pat DeMarco, the center fielder, the leadoff man. Now would turn the lineup over. Shattered bat on the 2-1. That's foul down the third base side, just inside that foul line. That shattered into a couple pieces. The count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Gazzo will head back to the dugout down the first base side for Orleans. And Pine Tar up a new bat. The one he had just shattered. For YD, the first 3 frames, 5 runs in on 6 hits. The offense just keeps on churning out runs. That's something fun to see. Just watch this team swing the bats. Orleans just a hit through 3 and a third. That's Aldrete who stands off of first. He led off the inning with a single. 2-2. That misses down low. Picked down to the dirt by Bailey, and the count runs full. 3-2 the count, 1 out. Bottom half of the third inning between Orleans and YD. Red Sox out 5-0. On a warm, cloudy, dark day here in Orleans. As Herder will throw on over to first. Aldrete back in plenty of time. Rain scheduled in the forecast for later. Now, about 10 o'clock is when the rain's going to start. Hopefully we'll get out of here by then. A light mist already coming down. Herder comes set, looks over at Aldrete at first. Winds 3-2. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Just drops a pretty breaking ball right on the inside edge. And Gazzo, no complaints as he heads back to the first base dugout.
Just fooled him there with that breaking ball pitch, but kind of keeping it in that back pocket. No need to break it out too much early on in this game.
That's strikeout number 3 for Brant Herder. Lineup will flip back over, and Pat DeMarco will stride to the plate for the second time. Aldrete still leads off of first. First pitch to DeMarco. That's over on the inside corner for a strike. DeMarco flew out to Johnny DeLuca in right field back in the first inning to lead off the ball game. Herder quickly set again. 0-1. That just misses off the inside corner with a breaking ball. 1-1, pardon, the count on Pat DeMarco. DeMarco pinwheels the bat in the right-handed batter's box, facing big lefty out of Georgia Tech, Brant Herder. 1-1. That misses inside. Bailey, extra movement to go get that one. Count now 2-1 on DeMarco. 282 average entering play today. 117 at-bats. 2-1. That one skied high down the right field line. Over is DeLuca in foul territory, and that one drifts into the sea of fans on the hill down the right field line. That'll even up the count at 2-2. When we were first here at Orleans 28 games ago, game number 3 of the season, Hill was not filled up at all. But now here, working game number 31 of the season for the Red Sox, as the Hill is just filled full of Firebirds fans. A few YD fans scattered in there as well. Herder, here's the 2-2. Dribble down to the left side. Fielding it is Quintana on the run. Throws to first. A high throw. Dashbot snags it on the out of the air in time for out number 3 here in the third inning, as Aldrete left stranded over at first base when he led off the inning with a single. We head to the 4th inning. 5-0 Red Sox here at Eldridge. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the order due up again for the Red Sox. It'll be Zach Ashford, Noah Campbell, and Andrew Dashbach all plating for the third time today. Due up here in the fourth inning. As the lefty Ashford out of Fresno State digs in against Levi Stout. Looking at him for the third time today. First pitch catches the inside corner for a strike. Ashford has gotten out both times, despite all these runs and hits for YD. It's the 0-1 has popped high and foul down the third base side. Quickly 0-2 on Ashford. Flew out to right in the first inning, then grounded right back to Stout in the second inning. Second inning, the only inning that Levi Stout is able to set down these Red Sox in order. Got the top third. Now he'll face them, that top third of the order, for the third time. 0-2. That misses high and away. 1-2, the count on Zach Ashford. 293. And one of the, as consistent as it gets atop this Whitey lineup. He works counts, gets on base. That's what Scott Pickler likes. 1-2, that misses outside. 2-2 the count on Zach Ashford. Now this being the third time through the order, only one strikeout for Levi Stout. That was Johnny DeLuca in the third inning. 2-2. That's dribbled. That's swung on and missed for strike three. Strikeout number 2 for Levi Stout. Looked like for a second Ashford got a piece of that, but he is now retired. Nice off-speed pitch right there from Levi Stout for out number 1.
Ashford just pulling the trigger late there and wasn't able to catch up with that one.
So here's Noah Campbell. Double and a ground out to his name so far. Here's the line, the first pitch. That's chopped to the left side. Pass steer at third and into left field for a base hit. Rounding the bag at first and putting on the brakes is Campbell, as Groshans will get that baseball in. Hit number 2 on the day for Noah Campbell as he checks in with a 1-out single here in the fourth inning.
Oh, he went right field line for his first hit of the day, and this one left field line, third base line, kicking up over the head of a diving steer and into left. Noah Campbell continuing the hot streak for the Red Sox.
So here's Dashbach. A single and a ground out to his name. Also came around to score one of the 5 YD runs. So that's now hit number 7 for YD with an out here in the fourth. First pitch swing for Dashbach. Skies that one out into center field. Coming in the left center field gap is DeMarco. He's there and will make the catch for out number 2 here in the fourth. And that one got so far up there, it looked like that one might have gotten in the wind stream that's blowing in towards the third base line from right field. DeMarco had to go a lot longer way than looked like he would. So that'll bring up Reese Albert, who absolutely roped a double back in the third inning to lead off that frame. That broke an 0-for-12 skid for the Florida State product. First pitch out, throw down to first, and Campbell dives back in time. Had a really big lead over there at first. Campbell, one of the speedier guys on this YD roster. Taking a big secondary lead over at first. Free keeping a close eye on him. Now a throw over to first by Stout, and Campbell dives back in time.
Eric Miller now beginning to stir in that Firebirds bullpen.
It was after a big first inning for this YD offense. They pushed across 3 runs, sent 9 batters to the plate, and really made Stout work. Here's the 1-0. That catches the outside corner for a strike. Evens up the count on Albert at a ball and a strike. Pitch count for Stout now sitting at 76 pitches working here in the fourth inning. These YD hitters have really made him work. He'll come set. Campbell leads off of first. 1-1. Pitch out again. Throw down to first. Campbell again dives back in time. Now 2 balls and a strike. The count on Reese Albert. 2 home runs and 11 RBIs for the freshman. He'll step back into the lefty box. Here's the wind in the 2-1. Down low for ball 2. Campbell's going. Throw down to second. Not in time. Gets past the shortstop, Gazzo. Backed up by Aldretti deep in the hole in shallow center field as Noah Campbell swipes second base and puts himself in scoring position with 2 outs.
That throw from Free was there in time, but it came on a short hop, and Carter Aldretti not able to pick it and apply the tag to Noah Campbell.
So now 3 balls and a strike. The count on Reese Albert. Campbell now off of second. 3-1, right down the middle for strike 2. Now Albert worked the count full 3-2. The count. Campbell will work off of second. Albert rests the bat on his shoulder. Here's the wind, 3-2. Swung on and popped high and fouled down the third base side. That'll drift out of play. Count will remain full. Another full count for a YD hitter. Well, this one kind of unusual. Albert working ahead. It's been these YD hitters falling behind and then battling their way back against Stout. 3-2, bounces in there, low for ball throw. Runner goes to third. Campbell, he's in there without a throw. Albert will take his base over at first, as there's walk number 4 from Levi Stout. And now runners on the corners for Johnny DeLuca.
A really nice read there from Noah Campbell. Second, that ball's in the dirt. He's taken off.
And how about the at-bats from Reese Albert today? Coming in 0 for his last 12. 2 walks and a double. Seeing the ball really well. Here's DeLuca. A strikeout and reached on an error. Came around to score a run so far today. 0 for 2. First pitch. That catches the strike zone right at the knees. And it's 0-1. DeLuca looking towards Scott Pickler over at third, giving the signs. Standing about 10 feet away from DeLuca's teammate at Oregon, Spencer Steer, playing third for Orleans today. 0-1. That misses off the plate away. 1-1 the count. Now, it's so cool to get to be able to see these guys play against their college teammates in the best summer league in the country. Talked about Carl Kaufman a couple days ago, and they got to play Brewster, got to face a couple of his teammates. 1-1 will miss low with an off-speed pitch, gets away from free. The runners will stay put at first and third.
Terrific outing from Kaufman at that, and that Brewster game as well, leading YD to the win.
Yeah, 5 1/3 innings, his season high, and that was the start after he pitched against Brewster the previous time. Didn't even make it out of the first inning. Stout set. Here's the next pitch. That misses just off the plate inside. Great eye from DeLuca as he lays off. And the count now 3-1. If DeLuca can reach, Patrick Bailey will get a shot. He's on deck. Stout set. 3-1. Strike right on the outside corner. DeLuca tossed his bat back towards the dugout down the third base side, thinking that was ball 4. But he'll have to go pick it up. And the count will be full. 3-2 the count on Johnny DeLuca. 2 outs. Runners on the corners for YD. Top of the 4th inning. The wind. 3-2. That one's looped out into shallow left field. Out is Gazzo a few steps onto the outfield grass. He's there. He'll make the catch for out number 3. DeLuca retired to end the 4th inning, and YD leaves runners stranded on the corners. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning here at Eldridge Park. 5-0 Red Sox lead. Bottom of the 4th inning here at Eldridge Park. 5-0 Red Sox lead over the hometown Firebirds. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 due up in the order for Orleans. Leading off with J.J. Blade. Only all-star in the starting lineup for the Firebirds today. The only position player selected. First pitch from Herder. That's over on the outside corner for strike one. A nice curveball there from Brand, who's faced one over the minimum through his first three frames. Allowed a leadoff single to Carter Aldreni. His first pitch ripped up the hole at short. Diving stop by Koss. Throwing over to first. Not in time to get Blade hustling down the line. But an excellent play by Christian Koss at shortstop. Kept that ball in the infield. Got up, spun, threw on over to first. And just not in time to get Blade.
Wow. Bang, bang at first. I thought he had him. And heck, for his second, James Dion for the first base umpire thought he had him before deciding safe.
Second straight inning, Orleans has led off with a base hit. That'll bring up Spencer Steer. He was the first strikeout victim of the night for Brent Herder back in the first inning. Wind, first pitch. That just misses off the plate away. 1-0 the count on Steer. 3 strikeouts for Brent Herder so far. Get off man reach, J.J. Blade. He's over at first. 1-0. That catches the inside corner. 1-1 the count.
Keep in mind here, once we get through 5, all heck can break loose. It doesn't matter. We've got a complete game.
Steer steps back in. Open stance from the right side. Herder winds. 1-1. That misses low. Now you'd think, I'm not sure what the Thunder rules here on the Cape League, but I assume, well, 5 innings, yes. If we see a flash of lightning in the sky,
30 minutes.
It'll be up to the umpires to decide. 1-1. That'll actually 2-1, pardon me, catches the inside corner on Steer. 2. That'll even up the count at 2-2.
Following the NCAA rules exactly. So it'll be the 30-minute delay before anything can happen. Just like what we saw in Chatham with the fog, we needed that 30-minute delay first before the game could be called.
Herder steps off and looks the runner Blade back to the bag. Now quickly back on the rubber. Comes set right at the chest level. It's the wind, the 2-2. Swung on and popped foul out of play behind home plate. And that Chatham game, the fog was rolling in for about pretty much the whole game. Once the second inning started, you started seeing it misting up there near the lights. And as the innings went on, it just got thicker and thicker and got closer to the ground for the point in the 8th inning. As Herder comes set, 2-2. That one skied out into shallow right center field, but that'll drift in towards the infield. David Hamilton, the second baseman's there on the infield dirt and makes the catch for out number 1. But it got a point in that 8th inning. YD and Chatham started that 8th inning. From our spot from behind home plate, you could not see the outfielders or the outfield wall. It was pretty bizarre to me, at least, that the game was even started in that 9th inning. Or that 8th inning, pardon me. The first pitch to Logan Wyatt misses off the plate away.
Definitely an interesting call. We got through the top half of the 8th. The bottom half couldn't go any further.
Blade off of first, 1-0 to Wyatt. Curveball breaks just high. 2-0 the count on Wyatt. One of the best guys at drawing a base on balls in all the NCAA. 23 walks and just 17 strikeouts this summer. Herder comes set. There's the wind of the 2-0. That's a fastball right on the outside corner for a strike. Game number 3 of the season. Wyatt deposited a pitch. Here's the 2-1. That's check swing, dribble down the first base side, and it dribbles just foul. Looked like it was headed in fair territory right towards Andrew Dashbach and then kind of hit a rock and maybe kicked foul. But the count now evens at 2-2 on Wyatt in the first inning of that game, first week of the season. And Wyatt deposited a pitch out over the right center field fence for a home run. One of his 3 home runs on the summer. It's 6 home runs this past spring at Louisville. It's the kick, 2-2, dribbled up the middle. That will get through into center field for a base hit, rounding the bag at second and stopping right there is Blade, as Ashford will come in, get that ball into the infield. It's the second hit of this 4th inning. None really hard hit off the bats of New Orleans Firebirds. That'll now 2 on for Nick Osborne. That one just kind of a little bleeder that found the middle of the infield. A spot on the infield where Hamilton and Koss are both playing sort of shaded over in the holes at both their respective position at second base and shortstop. And that one just got into center field.
Just about anywhere else, that's a double play for YD. That's a game of baseball right there. Not much you can do if you're Brant Herter.
So here's Nick Osborne. He'll step to the plate. 2 on, 1 out here in the 4th inning. Hitter at a Tennessee Tech, two-way player for the Firebirds. Herter looks back at Blade. First pitch to Osborne. That'll dip low. Osborne, a guy that will be participating in the home run hitting contest on Sunday. Watched him take batting practice last time at Red Wilson Field. I was walking back to the press box. Well, as Herter looks back at the runners. 1-0. That misses down and inside for ball 2. 2-0 the count on Osborne. I was walking back towards the press box. I think went to the bathroom. I was walking back, and the sound off his bat, I had to turn and look. It was Nick Osborne. I was like, wow. Just sounds different coming off his bat. There's certain guys where, the ball, it's different. Herter set. Behind in the count, 2-0. Here's the pitch. That catches the inside corner. On the count now, 2-1 on Osborne.
It's kind of like yesterday, Quinn Cotton, the ball's off his bat, hitting absolute BBs in Fenway Park. Same deal, kind of the sound off the bat, little different for most of the other guys taking BP.
2-1 from Herter. This is down and in. 3-1 the count on Osborne. Herter's going to want to be careful right here. You could say the same way for Nick Quintana. He hit one off the light stand on the Green Monster about, 15 feet up from that red line on top of the Green Monster.
That's 37 feet up to begin with.
One of the longer home runs we saw yesterday in our time at Fenway. 3-1. That catches the inside corner right at the knees. Herter fighting back in the count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count on Osborne. Osborne taps the plate twice. Points the bat out towards center field. Now brings it back. Waves it out in front of home plate. Just a touch. Herter gets the sign from Bailey behind the plate. Looks back at the runners. 3-2. That's fouled straight back. The count will stay full. For Osborne. This pass hit on the mound. His stats, 11 games, started 2 for Tennessee Tech. Near 6. But here at the plate, here in the Cape, has done some of both. Herter set, gets a sign, 3-2. Strike 3 called, drops a breaking ball right on the inside corner and freezes Osborne for strikeout number 4 on the night for Brant Herter. That was a thing of beauty right there off the left hand. Herter kind of dropped in from the outside corner and dropped right back in. That'll bring up Jack Scrotians.
Again, there's Brant Herter not using that breaking ball all too much, but when he needs to go to it, he's had it so far tonight. A pitch he can rely on, especially with 2 strikes.
So here's Scrotians, tries to keep the inning alive. 2 on, 2 out for the Firebirds. They look to get on the scoreboard. First pitch from Herter, almost high above the head of Scrotians. Bailey had to go snag it for ball 1. Whitey jumping out for 5 runs in the first 3 frames. They lead 5-0. A light sprinkle coming down here at Eldridge. Skies darkening as the sun sets. It's the 1-0. Off-speed pitch drops in for a strike. 1-1 the count. When we got here, it was partially cloudy. It was still really warm and muggy. But the wind was whipping. The clouds, if you looked up in the sky, were moving at a rapid rate. And the skies have just darkened since. 1-1. Dribble to the left side. Past Quintana at third. Into left field for a base hit. Getting the wave at third and coming home to score is Blade. The throw get back into the infield by Reese Albert in left field. But the Firebirds get on the scoreboard. An RBI single by Jack Scrotians makes it 5-1 YD.
Just able to sneak that ball under a diving Nick Quintana. And I think a good job communicating. Good thing that Quintana didn't let that ball get through to Bailey, because then you possibly have Wyatt and Grosjean
1 for 1 today. Led off the third inning with a single. He was left stranded. Herder trying to work out a 2-out trouble. Run already in for Orleans. As Herder steps off, looks the runner wide back to second base. Now really kicking up some dirt on the mound. So he'll get back on, staring at Bailey. Waiting for the sign from NC State Wolfpack product. He gets it. Now comes set right at the chest. Here's the wind and the pitch. That'll catch the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 the count on Aldretti. Aldretti has shown the power stroke for the Firebirds. 5 home runs on the summer. Struggled a little bit with the strikeouts as well. Herder peeks back at the runner as daylight is given. Herder throws, but will keep it. Kind of a pump fake throw over to second. Wyatt dives back in time. Aldretti this summer, 6 doubles, 5 home runs. Mentioned struggling with the strikeouts. 32 strikeouts to just 5 walks. When he's making contact, though, it's hard contact. Wind 0-1. That misses just a hair below the knees. Bailey held it framed on the inside corner for just a second, but Tim Carey said, no, it's a ball. 1-1 the count.
Herder really slowing things down here in the fourth, taking his time, being very deliberate with his pitches.
Herder, outside of this inning, has been too much of a struggle. Now, 61 pitches on the night. As he stares in. Gets the sign from Bailey. Here's pitch 62. Dribbled to the left side over is Quintana. Deep in the third base hole, but it drifts foul. So now Herder ahead of Carter Aldretti. 1-2 the count. Off of second is Logan Wyatt. Jax Groshand reached on first. He drove in the run of this inning for the Firebirds. They finally get on the scoreboard. 5-1 Whitey leads. It's the wind and the 1-2. Fouled straight back by Aldretti. Count will stay at 1-2. So looking at the scoreboard here in between pitches, Herder looks in. Whitey in somewhat of a playoff clinching scenario tonight, dependent on the outcome of the Brewster-Chatham game. Their magic number for clinching a playoff spot is at 2. Herder peeks back at the runner. Wyatt at second. 1-2. Strike 3 called right on the inside corner. Strikeout number 5 on the night for Brant Herder as he gets out of trouble in the bottom of the fourth inning and leaves 2 runners stranded. Orleans checks in for a run in the bottom half of the fourth inning as we head to the top of the fifth. 5-1 Whitey leads over Orleans. You're listening to Whitey Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
5-1 the score here, top of the 6th at Eldridge Park. YD on top of the Orleans Firebirds. Brandon Pelter now joined by Drew Linder here on the top of the 6th inning. This becoming little every couple days, pop by and hang out with us in the broadcast. How you doing today, Drew?
Good. Yeah, we're back. We're back here, Last time we got a win, we had a big inning last time I was on the air. So, the pressure's on. Let's see if we can repeat that.
Last time you were with us was at Falmouth. That turned into a win for the Red Sox. Got a little interesting at the end of that ball game. This one got interesting, too. Had to hop off the air after we were stopped for only about 2-3 minutes. Played through the 5th as we were getting back set up. The Firebirds did threaten before JJ. Actually, it was Pat DeMarco, I believe, who was caught at third to end the inning. He was picked off in a snap throw from the catcher, Patrick Bailey. So here in the top of the 6th inning for the Red Sox, it'll be 9-1-2. David Hamilton to lead things off, and the YD Red Sox will face Adam Erickson from Stony Brook, the right-hander at 6'1", making his second appearance for Orleans. First, a one-inning pitch, no runs, no hits. So we'll see what we get from the righty here. So far, Drew, Fenway Day yesterday and bouncing back. It's been a good bounce back. Again, the offense still on it.
Yeah, no, it's a great day. Yesterday was a great opportunity for these guys. A lot of these guys have aspirations to play professional baseball, and to get that glimpse, to get that taste of what it's like to play in such a historic ballpark. So many great players have played there, and what a great opportunity for these kids to live a little bit, and that might be their office one day. And let me tell you something, that ain't a bad office to go to every morning.
Not a bad office at all. 6 balls went into the Monsters. The first pitch to Hamilton missed up and away. Your fellow assistant coach Dan Jaffe gets 6 exactly. That's what he got.
What a guess right there by Jeff. Who knows it? He's one of the most superstitious guys we got out here on the field. So something's going his way. There ain't no doubt about that.
1-0 from Erickson. Off speed, catches the outside corner. Count evens a ball and a strike. Superstitious. Does he do anything before games?
Oh, he's got handshakes with every coach. He's got some handshakes with players. He's got these unwritten rules that he just goes by, and they work. It's weird.
From the stretch, the 1-1 misses away. We've got to get a handshake with him then. We're left high and dry.
Yeah, you guys got to get on that. I don't know what it is. You might have to do something behind the batting cage during BP or something, get some kind of mojo going.
Maybe that's why he has a conversation with us every day. 2-1, misses upstairs.
It could be. He's got some off-the-field superstitions I can't talk about on air, but, Jaffe likes to have a good time.
We'll have to check in with him on that. Maybe we'll get him to stop by tomorrow, although tomorrow in question with the rain due tonight and playing at Bourne. Here's the 3-1 to David Hamilton. Misses away. Ball 4, a 5-pitch walk, and Hamilton aboard here to start out the 6th.
That is not the guy you want aboard. I can tell you that.
David Hamilton, 9 stolen bases here for YD, and boy, does he have wheels.
Yeah, he looks like he gets shot out of a cannon when he's on the bases. But what a great player. He's starting slowly but surely getting better at the plate, better approaches, and, he's barreled a couple balls up tonight. So, good for Hammy. He's definitely getting better on a daily basis.
That brings up Zach Ashford, hitting .293 coming into today, 0 for 3. First pitch, runner goes. It's a pitch out, but the throw low, throw down to second, not nearly in time. Stolen base number 10 for David Hamilton. That ties the league lead.
Good jump right there, and bad part on the pitcher right there. Bad throw on the pitch out, and tough pitch for those catchers to handle. That's why obviously James Freeze out there talking to his pitcher, telling him, hey, you got to give me a shot on that. The pitch out was called correctly, but nothing that you can do. I mean, even if that throw is perfect, it's going to take a perfect throw from your catcher. That's definitely a tough one to handle right there. There's no doubt about that.
So with none out in the top of the 6th, the 5-1 lead for YD, David Hamilton, the speedster, is at second base. 1-0 count on Ashford from Fresno State. He's been a real scrappy guy, an attempt guy. Stayed around. The 1-0. To step off first.
Yeah, no, Ashford's been great for us. He's a grinder. He's a guy you want on your on your team. He's a hard-nosed guy that, will give you a competitive at bat every time he steps in that box. He ain't going down easy, I can promise you that. And he's been, such a great teammate too, these guys.
Erickson sets, peaks at second, delivers the 1-0. Up and away. 3 straight balls here from Erickson.
Yeah, and going back to Ashford, he's a guy that sets the tone at the top of the order, and that's what you got to have. It's hard to take that guy out of the lineup. Even when we do, take him out of the lineup. We're fortunate enough to have some guys that can, fill in at the top. But what a great one we got, and a temporary player that, has obviously done great things for this team at the top of the order.
The 2-0. Swung on and a grounder. Right side over is Aldretti. Toward his left, he'll make the throw over to first. But David Hamilton advances 90 feet. He's at third base with Justin out here in the 6th.
So tell me about your experience yesterday. How's Fenway for you? Obviously, your second time there.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, after last year having it rained out the tarp on the field, so we really just hung out underneath in the batting cages. Now to be able to walk around the field and
watch some balls leave the ballpark.
Yeah, take it all in. I think it was just as fun for us as it was for you guys out there.
Yeah, no, it's a great time. It's a great time for the players.
Noah Campbell up from the left side. Infield is up, and the first pitch called a strike at the letters. 1 out top of the 6th, the 4-run lead for YD, and run number 6 just 90 feet away.
So did you have you guys have a little side bet on who's going to hit the most balls out of the ballpark for the Red Sox yesterday, or?
Honestly, we didn't. The 1-0 just misses the outside corner. We didn't. Although I will say we have a little wager going on tonight if we'll get through 9 innings. I said, heck yes, after checking out the radar, and our scouting liaison was iffy on it. So I might be getting lunch tomorrow.
If I'm with you, I'm getting lunch too. I think we're going to make 9 innings out of this thing if I look at the radar right.
1-1. Misses outside. 2 balls and a strike.
I'm no meteorologist, though, so that's why those guys make the big bucks. But, who knows?
Good job. You don't even need to be right. I mean, if you're right, 75, 80% of the time?
Shoot, the way things go, I mean, those meteorologists are right 30% of the time.
2-1. Misses 3 balls and a strike. So far, Erickson has thrown 3 strikes, 9 balls in this outing for him. Hasn't helped his Firebirds. They trail it by 4. The righty sets above the belt. 3-1 is swung on, popped up, left side of the infield. The shortstop, Gazzo, ranging over, extends the arm and makes the catch. A big out number 2 for Adam Erickson.
Yeah, just a great pitch right there. And, got Campbell to fly out, obviously. That's very rare for him. He's been a guy that's been consistently good for us with runners in scoring position and finding ways on base. But, some things don't fall your way every day.
Drew, we've seen this more and more as these guys get comfortable with each other. After getting out, they'll stop the next guy up to the plate and kind of have a conversation about what they saw at the plate.
Yeah, it's definitely important. Obviously, you got a new pitcher on the mound, and, nobody's seen anything. And
here's Andrew Dashbach. Takes the first pitch low, appeal to first, and they say, yes, he did swing, iffy at best.
Yeah, well, that's a questionable call right there, but, we got to roll with it. But, yeah, no, these guys – they communicate well. They're comfortable with each other. They trust each other. But, it's big because, obviously Dash has never faced this guy. This league pulls guys from all over the country. So, any information is good information.
Hamilton at third. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Breaking ball down low. And Dash in a hole. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs in the top of the 6th and a 5-1 lead for YD. Dash, for a guy with power, doesn't strike out a whole lot. He just really seems to battle when he gets down and counts. 21 strikeouts, but he's hitting .315.
Yeah, he doesn't throw away many at-bats. A lot of times it's when he's just beat.
0-2. Swung on and missed in the dirt.
And on pitches like that right there, that's a great pitch. You just tip your cap and you move on. He does a great job about that. He knows that there's going to be times where he's going to get beat, and that's a game of baseball. You can't, carry that over to the next at bat. You can't carry it over the field. So, he's a good one, and he's going to play this game for a long time. So,
Drew, thanks so much for stopping by. We'll check in with you, 3 days from now?
Who knows? We're at Bourne tomorrow. I don't know where the setup is. This is my first time going to Bourne, so,
It'll be an interesting time. 5.5 here at Eldridge Park. YD 5, Orleans 1. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. New pitcher on for the YD Red Sox. It's Ty Madrigal here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Madrigal out of St. Mary's, making his 7th appearance on the season and a 1.14 ERA.
Yeah, in 6 games, one of the All-Stars. Kind of almost a surprise All-Star selection, but you don't just realize how good this guy has been down the stretch run of the season. Had kind of a rough first outing, but ever since then has been lights out of the bullpen, and that shows with the 1.14 ERA.
5-1 the lead here for the Red Sox over the Firebirds, and Orleans in the bottom of the 5th inning had a prime opportunity with 2 outs, runners on second and third, and Pat DeMarco was picked off of third. A back throw by Pat Bailey, the catcher, caught him leaning a bit off too far. So Spencer Steer was at the plate. Now resumes his at-bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. The ominous clouds have cleared a bit. The first pitch, swing and a hard grounder to the shortstop Koss, and it's under his glove into shallow center field. Koss will retrieve it. That was hard hit, but a play that probably should have been made, and we'll see if he's tagged with the E6.
Now, we've seen Koss make a couple of really nice plays today, just really unable to come up with that baseball. Just kind of kicked off his glove and just couldn't corral it.
I'll call it a single into shallow center field here for Spencer Steer. He's aboard to start out the inning, and that brings up Logan Wyatt. Guy with some pop from the left side to face the lefty Madrigal. Steer off of first. Madrigal the first pitch. This is low and in. Crowd is thinned out a bit, scared away by that quick spurt of rain that we got, delaying the game for no more than 5 minutes. Madrigal sets 1-0. This is low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Tyler Madrigal behind the dangerous Logan Wyatt.
Almost scared us a little bit, too. Rushing to cover all this equipment.
Steer off of first base. No outs. Bottom of the 6th. A 4-run lead for YD. And the 2-0 is grounded foul behind the plate. Brandon Pelter with TJ Mathewson. Meeting number 4 between YD and Orleans. The Red Sox, 2 wins, 1 loss. 2-1. This is upstairs. 3 balls and a strike to the 4-man Wyatt.
Guy Wyatt, really good at work in the count. One of the best guys in the nation at work and a walk and ahead right here.
Here's the 3-1. Swung on and lined into left field. Dunks in ahead of Reese Albert. Station to station go the Firebirds. It's first and second. No outs in the bottom of the 6th. They still trail by 4.
Well, that's just a guy working ahead and then getting a fastball right where he likes it, right down the middle, and he does not miss it. Barrels that up and gets it into left center for a base hit.
That brings up Nick Osborne, another dangerous Firebirds hitter. They trail it by 4 here. That could all change with 1 swing of the bat. It's 2 on and no out for Orleans in the bottom of the 6th. The 4-run lead for YD. They scored 3 unearned to start out the game in the first inning. Tacked on 2 more in the 3rd. The Firebirds' lone run came in the 4th inning. Madrigal sets 2 men aboard. The lefty kicks in the first pitch. Swung and a chopper over the mound. Hamilton, the second baseman field, steps on second for 1. On to first in time. 4-4-3. The double play. I don't think Ty Madrigal could have drawn it up any better himself.
Just throws a nice first pitch, off-speed pitch that Osborne just chops in the ground over to second base. And David Hamilton's right there. Makes it really easy for him. Just touch on the bag and an easy throw over to Ashbach for 2 quick outs.
So with 2 away and a man on third, Jack Scroshin's now up. He is the lone RBI of the game for the Firebirds, and an opportunity for 1 more with 2 outs. First pitch misses upstairs. Scroshin's in 2017 with the Firebirds. Good season at Kansas, hitting .313. A 1-0. This is low and in. Lights in full effect. Humidity's gone a bit away as well.
That's actually turned into quite a nice night. I didn't want to jinx it, but it looks that way right now.
Madrigal, the lefty, sets above the belt. 1-1. Misses just low and away. 2-1 the count here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Well, the Red Sox, the 5-1 lead in this one, and it's a great sign for them. 15-0 and leading after 5. 2-1. Same spot, just missing low and away. 3-1 the count here on Jax Groshans.
Well, Madrigal's not missing by much. That's a really good spot right there.
Pick liked it too, saying very nice, the 3-1. Breaking ball, called a strike. Groshans goes for a little stroll around the plate. Aaron has to recollect himself. Full count, 2 outs. Steer at third base. 5-1. Whitey leads Orleans. Groshans hit .313 for Kansas this past season. The payoff pitch is swung on, fisted into right field. A run comes across to score. It's 5-2. Whitey still the lead, but a big 2-out RBI from Jax Groshans.
Kind of looked like he was just fighting that pitch off, was really late on it, but ends up finding a hole on the infield. That one, a rocket off of his bat, gets into right field and scores a run. Firebirds inch closer.
So 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. 5-2, the lead cut to 3 for Whitey. That brings up Carter Aldretti. 1 for 2, singled to right. Groshans leads off first. Madrigal, the lefty. First pitch, swing and a miss. Well, 5-1 versus 5-2. Maybe this is just me, but does feel a whole lot closer.
Yeah,
Orleans.
especially since Whitey jumped out to the lead first. 5-0 and hasn't scored since.
0-1, cut on and missed again. No balls and 2 strikes. Madrigal ahead of the 7-man Aldretti here with 2 away in the bottom of the 6th.
Momentum is a thing in baseball, and as of right now, it's with the Firebirds.
Madrigal trying to change that here. He sets 0-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 swinging. Ty Madrigal collects his first strikeout of the outing and retires the Firebirds, but not before 1 run scores on 3 hits and 1 man is left on base through 6th at Eldridge Park. It's 5-2, Whitey the lead. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. (5-2). YD leads Orleans here as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Brandon Pelter with TJ Mathewson, and Red Sox jumped out to a 3-0 lead. 3 unearned runs in the first, tacked on 2 more in the third. And then the Firebirds are running the 4th and just in the 6th, both via 2-out singles from Jax Groshans. For YD, it'll be 4, 5, 6. Reese Albert to start things out. He's reached base all 3 times tonight, 1 for 1 with a double to left. He's also scored twice, trying to turn around things after an 0 for 12 stretch.
Well, good to see Reese having a day right here after really struggling the past few contests. As reach base, you mentioned reach base all 3 times. He's seeing the ball pretty well.
As it stands now, Brant Herter in line for the win. 5 innings pitched, 1 run on just 6 hits. Erickson, the righty, still pitching out of Stony Brook. First pitch to the lefty, Albert. This is up and away. Albert down 1-2 in the count in his first at-bat in the very first inning in which Whitey batted around. Worked his way back for a walk. He scored. 1-0. Same spot, up and away. 2 balls and no strikes on the Florida State Seminole in Albert. Just missing out on an all-star game spot there. You think if he was here for an extra week or so, he'd be in a good spot. 2-0. Outside, 3 balls and no strikes.
And it possibly could have been 10 Whitey All-Stars. Think about that. Nearly over a third of the team. Already over a third of the team.
Albert entered the day hitting just under 300. That jumps to 310 with the double. The 3-0. Catches the outer third. 3 balls and a strike.
We've been trying to look, seeing how many kind of all-stars is a record. Whitey's 9. It's up there.
Everyone that we've spoken to seems to think it has a chance. 3-1. A strike yet again. 3-2. That includes people that have been around the league 20-plus years. We're going to find that exact number. We're going to do it. Here's the payoff pitch. Waved at and missed. Erickson battles back, and Albert down on strikes.
Well, after falling behind 3-0 to Albert, Erickson doing a really good job of locating his pitches and comes back with a 3-2 pitch, a nice soft-speed pitch that Albert just can't read, swings over the top of it.
Brings up Johnny DeLuca with 1 away in the top of the 7th. 5-2 the lead for YD. After their Fenway Park workout, all of the Cape there yesterday. First pitch. Called a strike down the outer third. And actually, pretty cool to see for Nate Fish, assistant coach for the Red Sox, his first time back in Fenway since the very first baseball game he was ever at. His dad took him to it when he was 9. The 0-1, called the strike 0-2. Fish, 9 years old, grew up in Vermont. So Boston, the closest field. His dad, a big baseball fan, took him, and he went to his very same seats down the right field line yesterday. 0-2. Misses up and away. He remembers the lineups, the score. He told me it was a walk-off win for the Sox over the Oakland A's.
Who hit it?
He told me the name, and to be honest, I completely forget. But Mark McGuire on that A's team, a star-studded lineup, 1-2. That one slapped foul down the left side.
That's so cool. My 3rd time at Fenway this summer, a park that I never really thought I'd get to go to. Hey, but now 3 times, not bad.
And for Fish, even more of a special meaning. He said at that game, he knew this is what he wanted to do for life. 1-2 is swung on and blooped out into shallow center field. Aldretti, the second baseman back, makes the catch for the second out.
And again, just gets in the hands of Johnny DeLuca, second at bat in a row. We've seen Orleans pitcher really bust him inside and unable to get the barrel to the ball and just pops out.
So with 2 away, Patrick Bailey up. RBI double to right center field, also walked so far today. Really heating up, and he's hitting from the left side. First pitch from Erickson. Swung on and high in the air, down the left field line. Steer is there, and he will make the catch for the 3rd out. Red Sox go down in order here in the 7th. Time to stand up and stretch. We invite you to do it at home as well. YD leads it 5-2 through 6.5. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Home half of the 7th here at Eldridge Park. YD leads Orleans 5-2 on the road. Firebirds struggle a bit at home, 8-7 the record. Red Sox with one of the top home records in the league, middle of the pack when it comes to the road, 7-5. And here, Ty Madrigal will face 8-9-1. James Free the second to start out the inning here for Orleans.
But really, for every good team, it's win most of your ball games at home and then be 500 on the road. You look at YD, 11-3-2 at their home ballpark at Red Wilson, doing exactly what they should be.
Tough place to come in and win. First pitch from Madrigal, swung on and smoked into center field. Ashford coming on, makes the catch to retire James Free. Hard hit liner, but right at Zach Ashford.
You know, those are the ones that are really kind of tough to judge, those line drives right at you. But Ashford made it look easy. That one hung up in the air just enough for him to come get that one.
That brings up Andrew Martinez, the former YD Red Sox player. He'll hit in the 9 spot for Salgazzo. Takes the first pitch, called a strike. So Martinez pinch hitting here in the bottom of the 7th, 5-2 the lead for the Red Sox. Madrigal the 0-1, swung on and right at Dashbach, swung over a little in the hole on the right side. The first baseman takes it himself for the second out. Here's the one-man Pat DeMarco. A single today. That came in the 5th, but picked off at 3rd. Patrick Bailey threw back to the bag to get him. First pitch, called a strike.
Bailey's been really good behind the plate, and his arm, it shows. And we've been talking about how Matt Dyer has a cannon himself, but Bailey, from what we've seen, his arm rivals that.
0-1 is swung on and a slow grounder to the shortstop. Coss Fields throws on the run just in time to get Bailey. And that brings us to the end of the 7th. Firebirds go down in order. 5-2, Red Sox the lead. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the 8th at Eldridge Park, 5-2. The Red Sox lead the home team Firebirds, and a new pitcher on from Stanford. It's the lefty, Eric Miller, now pitching for Orleans.
That teammate of Andrew Dashbach, and this summer so far, 4 games started, 3 of them in ERA up near 7, an 0-2 record and 11 2/3 innings.
Lefty stands at 6'5" for the Firebirds. And Miller, in his last outing against the Red Sox, went 4 2/3. A 3-run baseball, allowed 4 hits as well. So Miller in his 5th appearance here, and he'll face Nick Quintana to start things off. Quintana now a 4-game hit streak with the double to left center field, 2 RBIs as well coming in the first. Those runs unearned, though. The Arizona Wildcat really starting to feel comfortable, and in fact, he powered one into the monster yesterday.
That was something to see, wasn't it? I mean, of all that, we talk about Zubia, who hit 4 onto the monster, but Quintana, when he hit his, it went at, 15? We were talking about 15 feet up on that light stanchion on the monster. And as soon as I saw that ball land, I can't remember who was sitting next to me. It might have been Max Brill, one of our riders. I turned to him and I just was like, wow, look where that landed. That's some pop right there. And you also can see it just with his swings at the plate. He's just barreling up many more balls, and his outs are even loud. That's just great to see.
Well, the big bat of Nick Quintana settling into the right side here to lead off the top of the 8th inning. 3-run lead for the Red Sox over the Firebirds, 4th meeting of the season, and first pitch fouled out of play. Kelly Nicholson in his 15th season with the Firebirds only holds a losing record against one coach here on the Cape. That's Scott Pickler. Whitey's had Firebirds number. Both teams bowing out in the first round last year of the playoffs. The 0-1 breaking ball misses outside. Quintana, a long look at the barrel of the bat. Now taps it on the plate. Swings it out ahead of him. Miller from the wind. 0-1-1. Swung on, and this one driven to deep center field. DeMarco back on his horse, running toward the fence. And did he make the catch? Yes, he did. An over-the-shoulder grab for Pat DeMarco out in deep center field. That's a big out number one. And heck, any other ballpark in the Cape, that's a round tripper.
Wow. When we're talking about loud outs here at Eldridge Park, straightaway center field, 434 feet. DeMarco going a little bit to the right of that sign, but that's still a good 390 feet from home plate. If you're Nick Quintana, you can't hit it any harder. Just got to tip your hat to DeMarco in center field.
Heck, a lot of major league ballparks, that's out. Here's Christian Koss. Infield single in his last at-bat. First pitch misses to the backstop.
He hits that ball to any other part of this ballpark. It's over the fence by a bit.
Put in Fenway terms, what's that, in the nook out there, you think?
That's in the triangle. That one's got no shot.
The 1-0 is popped out of play behind the plate.
We saw a few left-handers when we were at Fenway hit the balls out towards that area, but no, for sure. These no offense to these college guys, but that's a long way to hit a baseball.
There's a big difference in a couple years of development. The 1-1 is waved at and missed. Pitch below the knees. It's 1-2 here on Koss.
Or you just watched the MLB home run derby last night, how far those guys are hitting the ball. And then you see the guys here on the Cape. It's a different breed.
1-2 misses upstairs. You bring up the home run derby, and Nick Osborne will be participating in that for the Firebirds. He was watching last night, and from what we heard, he was loving it, going nuts throughout, watching and taking some notes as well. 2-2. Breaking ball misses low, and the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes here with an out against an all-star, Chris Koss, playing his second season here with the Red Sox. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. In the dirt, free. Out in front of the plate. Will throw on to first in time to retire Koss for the second out.
That was some sharp break on that breaking ball from Eric Miller. Looks like it starts off around belt level and then just dives into the dirt, and nothing really Koss can do with that. It looks like it's a strike up for maybe 50 feet of that, and then the bottom just falls right out of it. And for Osborne, that's some stiff competition he's got in the home run hitting contest with Blake Sable and Spencer Torkelson.
Torkelson reactivated today. Here's David Hamilton for YD. First pitch, fastball, nabs the inside corner. For Koss, retired. His parents visiting for the first time here in 2 seasons. Saw him hit a home run against Chatham. They were supposed to leave on Saturday, but extended their stay to see him play in the All-Star game. 0-1, catches the outside corner, and Hamilton in a whole 0-2.
So cool that they got to see his home run here on the Cape. That's fantastic.
The 0-2 is grounded foul, first base side. Hamilton stays alive. Eric Miller trying to work another 1-2-3 inning here. Would be the second straight for a Firebirds pitcher. Miller winds the lefty 1-2. Swung on and missed. Past the glove of Free. Hamilton will reach on the drop third strike.
Well, another one of those breaking balls, but this one gets away from Free behind the plate, and that one scooted all the way back to the backstop. And once David Hamilton saw that one get down, turn and run to first, no chance.
So Hamilton aboard again here. Second time today. He walked back in the 6th. The YD lineup turns over. It's Zach Ashford, the one-man up. He's 0 for 2 today. Miller working from the stretch, sets at the belt, kicks in the first pitch. Pitch out. Nothing doing with Hamilton, though.
Free was paying attention when taking notes of that stolen base back in the 6th inning.
That came on a pitch out as well, but the pitch was low. Free had to bend down, didn't really have a chance. Miller throws over, Hamilton back easily.
What a weapon this guy is on the base paths, David Hamilton. When you talk about speed, that is it.
With the Longhorns, Hamilton 14th in the nation, 31 stolen bases. Another throw over to first. Hamilton easily back on his feet. 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. 5-2 lead for YD over Orleans. Red Sox trying to improve to 3-1 over the Firebirds. 1-0. Runner goes. Bunted up the third base side. Free will let it roll, and he grabs it foul.
Well, David Hamilton got a hell of a jump over at first base. That bunt doesn't get, if it even gets down, Ashford, I think that was a great bunt too. He would have been safe at first.
I agree with you. If that stays fair, it was placed well, just foul on the dirt outside of the third base line.
And Free hesitating, waiting for that to go foul. And if that one had stayed fair and he tries to pick it up, he might have had to wait too long.
So Hamilton back to first with 2 away. Ashford, the lefty, settles in against the 6'5 lefty in Miller. 1-1 the count, 2 outs, top 8. The pitch. Another pitch out, up and away. Nothing with Hamilton, though. 2-1 the count. Seen a lot of pitch outs. That's 3 or 4 with David Hamilton on base, but now you're putting your pitchers for the Firebirds in a bad position behind 2-1. The pitch. Swing and a soft grounder to the left side, fielded by third. Throws across the diamond in time, and the Red Sox are retired here in the 8th. No runs, no hits. One man is left on base through 7.5, a 5-2 lead. YD leads Orleans. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Five-2, YD leads Orleans here, the bottom of the 8th inning. J.J. Blade, the 2-man to lead things off for the Firebirds as Ty Madrigal works in inning number 3. Brandon Pell with T.J. Mathewson. YD jumped out to a 5-0 lead. 3 unearned runs in the first, 2 more in the third. First pitch. This is inside here to Blade, hitting from the left side. 5th in average, the entire league here. Blade to 337, a 2-for-3 day. 1-0. Misses in the dirt. 2-0. An infield single and a double in the 5th for J.J. Blade. At a 2-out double. The 2-0. Swing and a liner into left center field. Albert over to his left, makes the catch.
Well, another hard-hit ball off the bat of J.J. Blade, but hits into some bad luck. Reese Albert didn't have to go too far to get that one for out number 1.
Here's Spencer Steer hitting .438 in his last 4. He's 1 for 3 so far today. Came around to score the run in the 6th. That thanks to a 2-out RBI single from Jack Scrochance. First pitch. This is away. Still plenty of fans here around Eldridge Park. 104 years old, one of the oldest fields in America. 1-0 is swung on and a routine grounder to the shortstop. Koss charges a bit, now throws tad high, and Dashbach climbs the ladder, comes down on the bag in time for out number 2.
Just seems like every time someone, if the throw's not really on line, thrown towards Andrew Dashbach, he's going to make the play, whether he's picking it, reaching up to the side, either his left or his right. He's going to come down with it. Koss, a bit of a high throw right there, but Dashbach makes it so easy.
That brings up the 4-man Logan Wyatt. First pitch, a breaking ball called a strike on the outer third. Things got a little helter-skelter in the top of the 5th inning. Rain sent each team to their dugouts. Less than 5 minutes, though, before play resumed. So the 0-1 misses upstairs. Took us a bit longer to get back up and running. Stationed outside behind the plate. Had to make sure everything was dry and ready to go.
Yeah, make sure didn't break anything.
1-1, waved at and missed. A breaking ball diving down on the outer third.
Last thing we need is some waterlogged equipment. Throw the garbage bag on top and throw everything in the backpacks.
Whatever works. 1-2 the count, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning, and a three-run lead for the Red Sox. Here, 2-1 against the Firebirds. It's been all home teams winning so far in this series. Red Sox here on the road with the lead. The 1-2, breaking ball, dips just away. Nobody outs. Lights in full. Madrigal sets. 2-2. Swung on and missed. A fast gets the job done, and the Firebirds retired in order here for the 2nd straight inning coming in the 8th. Through 8 at Eldridge Park, 5-2, YD the lead. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. It's to the top of the 9th inning here at Eldridge Park. Brad Beasley pinch hitting for Noah Campbell. Beasley been working his way back into the lineup after a hamstring injury in mid-June, just 2 days after he came. Been getting back into the swing of things, and he's been swinging a good bat as well for the Red Sox. First pitch, swings and taps it off the plate, back into foul territory. Still Eric Miller, the 6'5 lefty from Stanford, out on the mound. Noah Campbell finishes going 2 for 4, double and a single. The 0-1, fastball up and away. Red Sox back in action tomorrow at Orleans, although that's questionable with the weather due. 1-1. Swing, and Beasley fouls it off the back foot.
A couple times Red Sox have been scheduled to go to Bourne, and the night before it's just poured. And same here. Same today and tonight.
Rain's supposed to come in about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and rain throughout the night, although over in Bourne, it's based on the radar, raining currently. That doesn't bode well. Doran Park doesn't do the greatest with water, as we've learned. Game's already rescheduled twice. 1-2. Swing and a grounder on 2 hops to the shortstop. Fielded, throws on to first in time. Nice play there from Andrew Martinez for the out.
Well, the former YD Red Sox does a good job going long running throw there, but managed to get the money.
With 1 out, Andrew Dashbach stepping up. Grabs the stick of pine tar. And Scott Pickler to have a conversation there with first base umpire Dion. Thought possibly he was either there in time or the throw pulled wide off the bag. What'd you see, TJ?
For me, it looked like it was a bang-bang play. It was, from where we're sitting, a little difficult to tell. But seems like Pick said what he needs to say.
Nothing's going to change here. As Pick now to a little jog back across the diamond. He sure takes his time going across, so he doesn't care what is being stopped. He's going to take his time to get there.
That's something you just got to love about Pick. Does things on his terms.
Now, Andrew Stanford matchup here with 1 out in the top of the 9th. 5-2 the lead for the Red Sox. The first pitch. Breaking ball. Clips the outside corner for a called strike.
You know, fall talk on the line right here.
I agree with you. A lot on the line here. 3 close as well. This at-bat means something. 1. Down low with the shoe tops. Quinn Cotton, another pinch hitter, stands on deck here for Reese Albert in the top of the 9th inning. Down low, 2 balls and a strike to Andrew Dashbach. He hit one onto the monster yesterday as well. And teammate Christian Malfetta actually responded to a tweet, happy to see him wearing a helmet. Here's the 2-1. Foul tipped in and out of the mid of Freed. Asked Dash the story behind that. Actually, last year, fouled the ball, I believe it was in fall ball, fouled one, came up and got him in the face, and he was out for a couple weeks with a concussion, and his teammates at Stanford like to rib him for that one. 2-2 the count here on Dash with 1 out, top 9 the pitch. This is a breaking ball down low. This one runs full. Red Sox 5 runs on 7 hits. The Firebirds 2 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors, both of those to Carter Aldretti back in the first inning. Payoff pitch. Fouled back to the fence behind the plate.
No, good battle here. Miller and Dashbach, I'm sure, during fall ball in the previous years or just during practices during the week when live bullpens are going on. I'm sure Dash has gotten to face Miller before, but teams are counting runs and hits and up here on the Cape.
Miller winds off pitch. Swung on high in the air to deep right field. Blade back. He'll settle under it and make the catch for out number 2. So it's Miller who wins this battle.
Well, Dash got a good piece of that one, but his power not really traditionally out to right field. We saw him, his first home run of the season was in fact an opposite field home run. But this one just gets it too high up in the air for it to have enough carry.
Here's Quinn Cottonelle pinch hitting. Reese Albert ends 1 for 2. 2 walks, a double to left. Also scored 2 runs for the Red Sox. Miller winds in the first pitch. Cotton squares. Called a strike. Cotton from Grand Canyon, the WAC Player of the Year. Hitting just under 400 for the Antelopes. Here's the 0-1. Check swing. Peel to first. He didn't go. 1-1 the count. Cotton hitting .305 for the Red Sox. Stay in this YD lineup. A regular 1-1. In 1-1 the count. Cotton had speed for YD, a good outfield as well. Also a very active, the 2-1. Fouled back to the screen behind the plate, 2-2 the count. Cotton calls for some pine tar. Shelter with TJ Matthews, 3-run lead for Y. Lead through the first 3. That included 3 unearned runs coming in the first. They batted around their first time up.
They've really just had the number of Levi Stout here in 2018.
2-2. Down and in, 3-2. Another full count here on a Red Sox hitter.
And through 4 innings, he gave up not all, 11 either way.
Pitch. Oh, that misses 4. The 2 out here in the 9th.
And that's a really great take. Pitch does not miss. Even caught the plate right at the knees, but home plate umpire Tim Carey said nope.
That brings up Johnny DeLuca. 0 for 4 today. Each on the E4 that we mentioned. That 2 errors on the same play. Aldrete botched the play. He booted it, then threw it away. Cotton off of first. The lefty delivers home. Swung on and but DeMarco, a few tight, hauls it in for out number 3 here in the top of the 9th. Last licks for the Firebirds, 5-2. Red Sox lead it. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. To the bottom of the 9th we go, and Ryan Nelson on for the save. YD leads Orleans 5-2 here in this one. Nelson has been shut down for the Red Sox, nearly automatic.
The righty out of Oregon looking for his 4th save of number 2, nearing at 3.649 this summer. In 12 1/3, he struck out 17 batters. He has been electric.
Nelson working save number 4 here tonight. His team with the 3-run lead, and he'll face 5, 6, 7 Nick Osborne to lead things off. Nelson, a right-hander, a tall guy at that at Oregon, a 2-way guy, shortstop as well. And we've seen the defensive prowess come into play while he's been on the mound, namely in Harwich in the 9th inning of that game. A bunt with runners on first and second. On second, Nelson fielded, spun in through to third of the runner, and that probably saved the game, sent it into extras. The Red Sox went on to win in 11.
Now, that was an incredible play by him. Just looks so fluid, comfortable in that play, something you really can't say for every pitcher.
Nelson 6'4". Here he goes over with a few things with Pat. And Nick Oz, the righty, is getting a hit here, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast. Osborne taking part in the home run hitting contest, so you know he's got the power. But one swing from him won't do it here. Firebirds looking for 3. Nelson, the righty, winds, and the first pitch. Breaking ball, called a strike.
The last time Eldridge was Orleans, visited Red Wilson Field, Nelson comes on bottom of the eighth, or top of the eighth inning, rather, and Osborne takes him deep to right center for a 2-run bomb.
Nelson steps off. Over in Chatham in the lead for the Whitecaps. We will have to wait another day, most likely, clinching a playoff berth. Breaking this is low and in, 1-1 the count here. It's bottom of the ninth. The Firebirds trail the Red Sox by 3.
Yeah, but even with a Brewster win, Whitey's lead in the Eastern Division, the outcome tonight holds will be double digits, 10 points.
Nelson winds the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Chased one upstairs. Off speed it looked. And now Nelson ahead of ball and 2 strikes. Seems like he's been coming with the secondary pitches here to Osborne. Osborne, the righty, taps the plate twice. Now wags the bat out in front of the plate. Nelson, a breath. Now into the wind. The 1-2. Swung on and popped up foul ground. A dash bottom room, ranges over, and he runs out of room. Safe. Osborne, that one just clearing the fence.
The play, as soon as that goes up into the air, everyone who's been watching YD baseball, Andrew Dashbach has been straight at drifting, trying to make a baseball. That one just out of his reach.
5-2, the lead for YD here, bottom of the ninth. 1 on Nick Osborne. Time called by Patrick Bailey. Fortunate to get this one in. Got some rain in the 5th inning, but only halted play for a few minutes before getting back into this ball game. Nelson, the 1-2 kicks, and the righty fires. Misses low. 2-2 the count. Last time up for Osborne, grounded down to the double play. Chopped one over the mound. David Hamilton, the second baseman, fielded, stepped on the bag himself, and threw over to first. Here's the 2-2 from the Oregon Duck. In tight, 3-2. Osborne had to turn out of the one.
Well, 3 straight fastballs with 2 strikes, and Nelson just can't find the strike zone. See what he goes with here.
Dashbach, the first baseman, off the line. Toward the hole there. The payoff pitch. Spoiled, out of play. Another pitch we'll see here, number 8 of the at-bat between Ryan Nelson and Nick Moore. Wind blowing towards the right field line here on what's become a pretty good night for baseball. Payoff pitch. Up and in, ball 4. Osborne works a walk to start out the bottom of the ninth.
Bill Nelson trying to get him to chase with another fastball. This one way up and out of the strike zone, and Osborne, good discipline, lays off for the leadoff walk.
Can work himself into a little bit of trouble, but for the most part is able to work out of it. Against Falmouth, which was a 4-2 win for Commodores, had 2 runners on in the ninth, including a walk to the leadoff man in it. Scrochance, 2 for 3 today. 2 RBI. First pitch, swung, missed. Breaking ball down low. Pinch hitter, stand deck for the Firebird. The Aldretti, who was due up initially. The 0-1 fouled back. It's Justin Levy, the righty, out of Louisville, taking swings instead of Aldretti. 0-2 the count here on Jack Scrochance. with a runner on first, no outs, bottom of the ninth, and a 5-2 lead for YD. Now Groshans calls for time. Nelson continues to take his time, working from the stretch with a man aboard. Sets below the belt. Kicks in the 0-2. Swung on and lifted out of play right side. Loud thud. Might have caught the school or
that
possibly a car.
Someone that could have either been someone's roof or hopefully not a windshield.
I think that caught the school. Just for someone's sake, so they don't have walk back to a dented car.
School's probably taken a few balls on the roof the past 104 years.
0-2. Upstairs, a fastball misses. Groshans lays off. The school, what would you say, 200 feet to the right of the first base line? Maybe a little bit more.
There's a part where it dips back a little farther, but yeah, at the closest point.
Relatively close, though.
Well in foul ball range.
Nelson sets. It's Osborne off of first. Walk to lead off the ninth. The 0-2. Down low. Count now rather 2-2. On the six-man Jax Groshans.
Well, Nelson's worked ahead of both batters. He's just so far unable to put him away.
So 2-2 the count. No outs in the bottom of the ninth. And a 3-run lead for the Red Sox. Nelson sets below the belt. Kicks in the 2-2 offering. Swung on and a grounder through the whole left side into left field. Osborne to second. Groshans at first. First two men aboard for the Firebirds here in the ninth.
Well, this time Nelson gets a ball in the strike zone. And for Groshans, that's not even that hard hit of a ball. Just found the perfect place on the infield to squeak through into the outfield and get into left field. And now Nelson is going to have to dance around trouble to get through 3 outs.
Brings up Justin Levy here, the pinch hitter out of Louisville. Hitting .219 for the Firebirds. Does have 3 doubles. No home runs. So Levy up and another pinch hitter into the on-deck circle for the Firebirds. Trying to win it here in the bottom of the ninth. First 2 men aboard. Tying runs at the plate. 5-2 the lead for YD. Nelson set the belt. First pitch. Fastball catches the knees. It's Phillip swing deck. Levy, the righty, ready. 0-1. Catches a piece of it, foul to the screen behind the plate. Balls and 2 strikes. Nelson ahead of another Firebirds hitter.
Now we'll see what he decides to go with here. Firebirds not been chasing out of the strike zone, at least the first 2 batters against Nelson.
Osborne at second, led off the inning with a walk. Jax Groshans at first, he singled. No outs, bottom of the ninth. 0-2. Strike 3 called. Clips the outside corner at the knees. And the pinch hitter, Levy, down looking for out number 1 here in the ninth.
All right, Nelson finally able to spot that baseball in the perfect place right at the knees, right on the outside corner, and nothing Levy can do with that as he leaves the bat on his shoulder.
That brings up Philip Clark. Left-hander from Vandy, hitting .234 here for the Firebirds. Does have 1 home run this season. Runners at first and second, 1 out, bottom of the ninth, and a 3-run lead for the Red Sox. Nelson below the belt, first pitch, swung on and missed. Lights in full effect. Plenty of fans sprinkled across the hill on the first base side here at Eldridge Park. Visitors on the third base side as well. The 0-1 offering. Swung on, popped up left side, and it'll reach the street out of play. 0-2, Nelson again ahead of a Firebirds hitter. able to set down Justin Levy on strikes. Trying to do it again here, the pinch hitter, Phil Clark, with one out, bottom of the ninth. Nelson, the 6'4" righty out of Oregon, comes set with 2 men aboard. 0-2. Swung on and grounded through the legs of the first base coach for the Firebirds. Bit of a wacky play there. Giuseppe Papaccio not even looking. He was looking at his runner at first, and Jax Groshans. So 0-2 still the count. Just one out, bottom of the ninth. 2 men aboard for the Firebirds. They trail by 3. 0-2. Check swing went around on a breaking ball. Strike 3. And Clark down on strike. Second out and second straight strikeout for Ryan Nelson. And another pinch hitter here for the Firebirds, Matt Frazier. Firebirds down to their last out.
Well, this time, Nelson just goes with the off-speed pitch, and Clark is totally fooled on that one. Was cheating for the fastball and came up empty, got the curveball in the check swing.
Matt Frazier from Arizona, hitting from the left side. Has runners on first and second, trailing by 3. Frazier hitting 152, first pitch. That gets past Bailey, crossed up there. Now runners to second and third.
Well, that's big. Now 2 runners in scoring position.
Single could score 2.
Well, yeah, all it's going to take is a ball in the outfield. That hits the grass, at least.
Quick conversation. Nelson meets Bailey halfway. That breaks up. But now on the wild pitch, Osborne to third. Groshans at second. Lead still 3 for YD. 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth. Nelson sets. 6'4" righty. Oregon Duck kicks in the 1-0. Misses low and in. 2 balls and no strikes. He's behind the pinch hitter, Matt Frazier. Frazier 5 RBIs, hitting 152 for the Firebirds. The one-man Pat DeMarco stands on deck here for Orleans. Wind blowing in, 2-0. Spotted at the knees, inside corner, called a strike. Nelson got ahead of the last 3 Firebirds hitters. Jax Groshans battled his way to a hit. Levy and Clark, strikeout victims. 2 away, bottom of the ninth, 2 men aboard. They're in scoring position. The 2-1 swung on and missed. New Orleans down to their final strike. Flag breezing in towards home plate. It's Osborne off of third and Groshans off of second. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth, the 5-2 lead for YD. Nelson sets and kicks 2-2. Broken back grounder foul first base side. Frazier needs some new lumber.
Well, speaking of broken bats, I'm not sure if we touched on this, but you know how Zach Zubia, kind of off topic from this 9th inning, but hit 4 balls over the monster. Turned out the bat was broken.
Took the tape off the handle of the bat, and it was split. That's impressive.
That's some power right there.
2-2 the count with 2 outs and 2 men in scoring position for the Firebirds. They trail it by 3 in the bottom of the ninth. Nelson sets at the belt. Righty kicks in the 2-2. Swung on and off the end of the bat, foul toward the Red Sox dugout third base side. Battle continues.
No, Frazier really cheating for that fastball. Got an off-speed pitch and just got it off the end of the bat, foul.
Red Sox 5 runs on 7 hits. Firebirds 2 runs on 10 hits and 2 errors. 2 men in scoring position for Orleans. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball diving toward the shoe tops. And Nelson retires the side via the strikeout here after allowing the first two men to reach. Battles back for save number 4 and a 5-2 final here at Eldridge Park.
What a great job by Ryan Nelson to bounce back and end up striking out the side here in the 9th inning, picking up win number 19 for the Red Sox. They continue to separate from the field in the Eastern Division. And for the pitchers to hold today, good. A pretty solid job. Allowed 10 hits, but just 2 runs on the board. And most importantly, no errors in the field.
I think that's a huge thing to point out there, TJ. No errors for YD. It doesn't happen often. They're the worst fielding team across the Cape. And, you know, as we come down this final stretch, this final quarter of the regular season, they can clean that up. They are easily the best team on the Cape going into the playoffs. That's just the one thing that could hold them back come playoff time.
And it's just a thing that you think that really it shouldn't be a problem that all of these guys are, you know, probably among the top of their positions at these certain spots all over the country. And there's really no reason why you should just be kicking routine ground balls. And over the past few games, they've cleaned it up, looked a lot better, and looks most certainly like the best team on the Cape.
Took about 2 hours and 45 minutes to get through this one. Brant Herter gets the win. He improves to 2-1, while Levi Stout is handed the loss, falls to 0-2. Ryan Nelson comes on for save number 4. The Red Sox improved to 19-8-4, while the Firebirds fall to 12-17-1. YD adds 2 more points for a Cape leading total of 42. This season, YD leading the East and moving 2 points closer towards clinching a playoff berth. That could come tomorrow if we play right now in the top of the 8th inning at Veterans Field. Brewster on top of Chatham 8-3. If Brewster lost tonight, would hand YD that playoff berth. YD 5 runs on 7 hits. No errors, as we mentioned. The Firebirds 2 runs on 10 hits. And 2 errors. The Red Sox back in action tomorrow, or slated to be at the very least. A 6 o'clock start in Bourne, but with rain showers tonight. Keep tuned at YD Red Sox Twitter account. That would be at YD_Red Sox for all the latest information. The happy final again for YD. 5-2 the win here at Eldridge Park. The Red Sox improved to 3-1 against the Firebirds this season. For my broadcast partner, TJ Mathewson, Brandon Pelter, saying so long from Eldridge Park. YD with the victory.